Alright guys, welcome to the 8th video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to style this white border around certain images, and I'm also going to be showing you guys how to float this image left so you can put text on the right hand side, and this is actually without the use of multiple columns like this. So if you want to put a picture and text in the same column but make them appear side by side, we're going to be learning how to do that. And last but not least, I want to show you guys how to make this black box as a background. Now, typically the text in these drop-up menus is white, and as you can see, the entire drop-up menu, the background right here, is semi-transparent, and that looks really good for this hardwood background whenever you pop it up. But certain times you have a lighter, or perhaps maybe you have a private messenger or a chat room that you want to use this feature on, and the background is white. Actually, the chat room that I'm building for my website, it pops up over the white background. So whenever you have this white text, even though this background is semi-dark and transparent, this white text is really difficult to read whenever you don't have a darker background. So that's why this black background is really useful, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing is of course the white border. So my class is just called white border, and this is very simple stuff right here. 1 pixel solid white. Bam, boom, roasted. So the next thing I want to do is I want to show you guys how to float the image to the left. Now you guys can probably guess the beginning stages of this. Footer, whenever an image has the class image left, first the part that you guys could probably guess, float left. Now in addition to that, what I like to do is I actually like to add a margin to the right hand side only. And as you can see, if I don't do this, then this text, Bucky Roberts and read more, which is actually a link to my profile, it would be butted up right against the image. So let's go ahead and add margin right of, let's say, 10 pixels. And the last thing I want to do is I actually like to style the width of this image right here. So the width equals 40 pixels, and of course you guys may change this if you use pictures in your footer, but for mine I thought 40 pixels looked pretty good. If you have it too small, then you can't even tell that it's a profile picture. It looks like a little hit of acid or something. So anyways, not that I ever seen anything like that. Now the last thing I want to show you guys how to do is to style this black box. And by the way, here's a cool thing. Whenever I was making the group chat, or actually my developers were, I designed it and they are coding it all. I have certain sections like the buddy list or the main text area that is okay to display in just white text, and other sections need the black background. So it's actually cool to have it mix and match, and it actually looks pretty cool when you have your entire pop-up or drop-up menu in one color and then certain sections with a darker background. Makes it stand out a little bit more. So footer, black box. Now the first thing I want to do is set the background. Now here's another thing to point out whenever we're working with backgrounds. Let's say I set the background to 0, 0, 0, 0.4. Alright, so what I did is I pretty much made this 40% opacity, right? So that means that whenever we're looking at this, that this black background is going to be 40% opacity, right? Well, actually, that's wrong, because the black background, which is 40% opacity right here, is actually stacked on top of this right here, which is already I don't know, like 20% opacity, whatever we made it. So just remember that in your calculations, that this is not going to be 40% opacity. It's going to be closer to like 50 or 60% opacity. So a lot of people, they always try to code everything, and it always turns out darker than they anticipated, and that's because they forgot to add the background opacity as well. So the next thing I want to do is just add a padding of 5 pixels, just because the text looks a little bit better, and also a margin bottom of 5 pixels, and last but not least a border radius of 5 pixels. Now with the border radius, if you guys don't know what that is, it pretty much means, I don't even know if you guys can see it on the YouTube video, but the curviness, so it's not just a square box, it's like a rounded rectangle. Now, if you're doing this in Google Chrome, which you should be, this is going to be fine. But, oh, excuse me, if you're doing this in Opera or Firefox, you may want to do like Moz or WebKit border radius, and well, look up border radius online and you'll see the other types. But this is compatible with Google Chrome, and that's what I use. So if you guys want to tweak it later, go ahead. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.